What up, though? You see the title. Let's talk about it. It's the word. First, let me apologize. I was putting the kids to sleep and fell asleep with the kids. I woke up like, holy crap, looked at the time, and I was going to schedule it for tomorrow, but I seen, people was in the comments, and I'm like, I don't want to waste the comments. I love the love when y'all come and listen to me, so uh, figured I'd just come on. Hopefully somebody will pop up. But I do apologize. But do me a favor, hit that like for me, and if you're new, hit that subscribe. It's free to you, but it means a lot to me. All right, always be true to yourself. Um, if you've been rocking with me for a while, watching my videos, I talk about the mindset. I think the most effective way of controlling the way we think is through our emotions. Uh, through all my personal life experience. That's what personally worked for me when I began to understand my emotion. Then I start thinking different, you know. And one of the things that helped me was being true to myself, you know. So through all my videos, if you watch, um, I'm kind of leading you. It's kind of a journey, you know. Uh, and we coming to the part where I just got to keep it funky 100. I'm just sharing, but I got to drop some stuff. But all these videos have been leading up, and if you've been watching, if you've been comprehending what I'm saying, a lot of the stuff start making sense. But yeah, we got to turn it up uh, for a couple reasons. Because one, I'm not gonna come on here and act like no snake oil salesman. I'm gonna just tell y'all what it is, and either you use it or you don't. You know, but I'm gonna give you the sauce. I'm gonna be honest with you. This sauce ain't gonna make you rich. It ain't gonna make you famous. It ain't for that. It's to understand what you are, not even who you are. Once you come to peace, then you decide what to do with it. If you want to become rich and famous, once you begin to understand what I'm saying, you can use that. A lot of the rich and famous people, you hear them talk about manifestation. That's all I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to get you to the point where you can manifest. And through my practices and through my studies, to be 100% honest with you, I continuously manifest the things that I desire. But I had to learn what I actually desire, not what society says is right, but what's I want, me. And I had to find out who I was. And success to me is different than everybody else. Success to me has nothing to do with material things. See, my life experiences, just like a lot of people's, was different. I didn't grow up with my mother and father in the house. They was young when they had me. I grew up with my grandmother for the first 9 years of my life. So what's important to me is a little different from what's important to other people. What's important to me is family. It's family. So my success is me having this time with my family um, and being comfortable. And that's what I am. I manifested, found the perfect mate, found the perfect kids. And they say perfection is not attainable. That's that's not true. There's a lot of stuff that's not true, but that's not true. Because see, my wife is perfect for me. My father, with any flaw that he has, is perfect for me. My mother, same thing. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the one who's looking at it, right? So what's beautiful to one ain't gonna be beautiful to another. Just like perfection. See, we put expectations on how things supposed to be or supposed to look, but whose expectations are those? Does someone have to agree to you with you that this is perfect or this is good or this is bad? See, this part about always be true to yourself. It's not as simple as what I'm even saying it is. Because a lot of people don't even know who they are. So to get to this point, to be true to yourself, you first got to find yourself. But once you do that, you got to maintain yourself. Me personally, I take influences from all different people. I do. I'm influenced by a lot of different people. I utilize different things that other people have to make my experience better. I do. But within doing that, I still have a morals, codes, values. And that's me being true to myself, even if I evolve myself. And guess what? I might even change the morals, codes, and values. See, being true to myself is doing what benefits and works for me. And sometimes you have to adapt to that. But even doing what benefits and work for me is still a parameter, still guidelines. Like I said, the moral, one concrete moral, I'm not going to benefit off someone else's loss unless it's absolute. Like if they gave me an organ when they died or something. But I'm not going to intentionally hurt nobody for my benefit, for me to gain. That's just one of my codes, one of my morals. I'm not going to do it intentionally. I don't hurt little kids. I don't hurt women. So, like, even when I change things up, it's still within that parameters. It's still within that. My bad. I had to check for a minute because I didn't see the chat moving. I'm like, am I live? But yeah, I'm live. Somebody throw a one up if you can hear me. Ain't nobody moved since I've been here. If you don't mind. But yeah, doing things that benefit me. And I'm always do that. I'm always do that. I'm not gonna change up because somebody um somebody think I should. I'm gonna change up because it benefits me. That it benefits the people around me. Because once it's me, then the stuff that I do, once I'm good, then I can help the people around me. What up, Frankie? Appreciate you, bro. I see you crazy in the chat. My bad, bro. My bad. I fell asleep putting the kids to sleep, man. But yeah, once you get your morals, your things that you use to build yourself, and not only to build yourself, but to continuously guide you to transform yourself into what you want to become. You know, they say when you go on from high school to college, what do you want to be? What do you envision yourself being? You got to do that in life. You got to visualize what you want to become. I do it every 4 to 5 years. And the reason I say 4 to 5 is because of the timetable I was once given. But I beat it. So every 4 to 5 years, I decide what I want my future to look like. They say do that when you goal setting, right? You should do that with life, with general everyday life. You should be steadily evolving because even me as a father, right? I'm doing something different than I did 5 years ago. My son only 3. But I envisioned this. I wanted to be a father. within 5 years. And that happened. Now I got to define what type of father I want to be. And by doing that, I'm giving myself, my subconscious, I'm literally giving my subconscious a goal to accomplish. And when you do that, you begin to find the things to help you reach that. You become aware of things. Everything exists. Everything is already in existence. Right? This is the crazy thing. I'm gonna drop some jewel mental affirmation. I'm gonna drop some. Think about this. If you want to be rich, ain't there money already made? So it ain't the money. The money don't have to be made. If you want to be rich, think about what I'm saying. The money does not have to be made. You have to get to it. You have to align your frequency, your vibration has to align with the money, what already exists. So a path will open once you understand this, once you know this, path will open and it will slowly, sometimes fast, give you routes, tools, information, things to get to the money. Everything already exists. You just got to figure a way to get it. That should be your train of thought. So anytime you desire something in life, you want to picture it. And as you picturing it, you got a clear understanding of what it is that you want. Stop asking for things and don't understand why you want it. So many people do that. I used to be guilty of that. And then when you get it, it's like, okay, this ain't what I thought it was. I want something else. That's because you never wanted it. Be precise of the things you want. What up, David? And see that's what I'm saying. Like even looking at screw mental things, everything is mental. Your thoughts, everything is mental. Even your family. Even your family is mental. Don't you think how you want to feel around your family? Don't you think how it feels to have your family comfortable? This is what I'm telling you. If that's your intentions, think of that. What I'm telling you is to be aware. James, what up? And that's what it is. I'm trying to make you aware that the dots exist. You see what I'm saying, Frankie? Imagine looking at something and then dots. Them dots help lead you, guide you to it, right? That's what I'm saying. Even with the frequency of money, if your frequency does not match what you want, the path is longer, but it's still there. But in through that path, you would get things to elevate the frequency so you can properly match it, so you can properly receive. That's how it works. If you want to read the Bible, it's in there. That's what they tell you to have faith in God. Leave it at the altar, ask for it, and he shall give it. But guess what? Now, what I just said, align it with this saying. God ain't always there when you want him to be. He's there when you need him to be. Now, that desire, when you're dire, what happens is intensified. And guess who shows up? God. That's aligning your frequency. Sometimes you do it out of fear. Sometimes you do it out of desperation. But that's why that saying goes. He's not there when you want it, because when you want something, you're just thinking about it. You're not in need or dire despair for it. But he's there when you need it, because now you're freaking out. And you're like, oh, it has to be. And it happens. People manifest sometimes out of desperation and fear, because that's a powerful emotion. This is why understanding your emotions is so important. The emotions is the frequency. The emotion is the frequency. The thought is the antenna. So how strong is that frequency going to the creator and coming back? Depends on that emotion you're using to send out the message. Yeah, negativity is a lower emotion, but they still have strong frequency negativity. Some of them so strong. You ever not want something so bad, just didn't want it, and it happened. That's because the universe don't understand. I don't want or I do want. They just understand the emotion and the thought of. That's why they say be careful what you ask for. That's why they say don't talk about things you don't want. That's where all these sayings coming from. And what I'm saying, you can. What up? What up, Kalani? And everything that I'm saying, you can prove or try to debunk it just through simple observation. I'm not even giving you the science behind it. This is just things you can observe in real time. You ever not want something so bad that you got it? You ever was put in a position where you needed something and it popped up at the last minute? That's because those emotions. I see a lot of people, we manifest everything that you have now, you manifest it. Sometimes people, you even manifest for other people. I can prove that in simple observation. You go to work, you work for a business or a corporation, you helping them manifest their dream. Their dreams is to have a business and have people work for them so they don't have to do the work. And the more people work for them, the more the product can get sold to a wide group of people. The more people work for them. So the more convincing they are to get people to work for them, the more they can sell, the more money they can make, and the less they have to do. Any business owner, tell me I'm lying. But back to the subject. You got me off the topic, David. Thank you, though, because that was a little gem. But being true to yourself. Death is a blessing to take horrible people who cause nothing but problems. Death is duality too. Everything is duality. So, what's a blessing to some is a curse for others. Hey, that's what I'm telling you. Um, it's what you believe in. You know, that's what life is. Whatever you believe is true, and the stronger the belief, the more true it becomes. So once I understood that, I figured, why believe in things? Why don't I just get to a point where I know? I stop believing, and if I don't know, then I figure it out. If I can't figure it out, then it ain't meant to be right then and there. So I don't stress about it. It'll come eventually. The answer will come. That's how I look at life. I don't think things are true or false. I think they just are. and everything can be manipulated. Everything and anything can be manipulated. By faith, not by sight. Don't you have to believe in things to see it anyway? And what I mean by that is the way most people confirm things is they have to think is there first. Because sometimes people see stuff and still don't believe it. But when you believe it or think it first and then you see it, it's a confirmation. Sometimes you got to see things and go back to think about it to understand what you're actually seeing, right? So that's yo, it's Mike. What's up? So that's a brain tickler, but you're right, 100. What up, though, bro? You manifested that, huh? But that's believing in yourself, and that's what always be true to yourself is. Like I said, it's always things I add and I subtract from myself. Like whatever works for you, um, you have to do it. But the way I do that is like this, chilling, bro. But the way I do that is this. If it worked for me, and if it's within my morals and my values, then I use it. If it's not, then I don't use it. You know. So that's how always being true to myself, no matter what. Because guess what? It's gonna be times in life where you in a group of people, and like when we was talking about expectations, right? I'm in a group of people, and because I'm in this group, like people might think, oh, this. But if I'm not true to myself, I will become influenced by what they think I should be. And when you do that, I don't like living with regret. And a lot of times when you do things like that, when you start taking on other people's um, personalities, views, ideologies, and it goes against your morals, your codes, your values, then you begin to live with regret. See, I don't like being disorder within. I don't do the disorder within. You see, I'm on point. So I have to be ordered without outside of myself also, because whatever the outside of you will eventually influence the inside of you. That's why when things happen, we have emotional attachments to them on the outside of it. So the things on the outside will begin to affect the things on the inside. And then it's a back and forth because when you start feeling bad, you have to get that energy out. So now what's going on the inside is going to affect what's going on the outside of you. So a lot of times, even though you're working on the inside, you got to be careful what's on the outside. That's why well, I don't know. I think I screwed that video up. That'll be careful of the energy you absorb. I think I screwed that video up, but I gotta listen to it and I'll redo it. But like I said, every video I do lines up to get you to a certain point, a certain understanding, a concept, everything. And in a couple of days, I gotta open the door. We just going through the keys right now, unlocking all the locks. There was a whole bunch of locks on the door. Oh, I went dead. My bad. Hold on 1 second. One second. Technical difficulties. Okay. My bad, my soundboard went dead. Usually I have it plugged up, but I was charging my son's tablet. Now see, David, check this out. Man, you on the same path, brother. Man, you on the same path. Because guess what? To make my family great, I gotta first be great. You know, I gotta be. I'm the head. I'm the leader. I'm the master mason. I'm the architect of the family. So for me to properly shape, mold, and design my family, I gotta be right. You know, my understanding gotta be uh, impeccable. My strategy gotta be uh, precise. For me to guide, mold, protect, provide, and lead my family correctly. So we on the same. We got the same agenda. I'm tackling it a little differently though. But no, being true to yourself, and this is what happens when you be true to yourself. You can't be. I'm not gonna say you can't be influenced because everyone is influenced at different times. It's not about are you influenced. It's about how are you being influenced. You know, because everyone is going to be influenced. You know, it's just what information. That's what you do. Information ain't nothing. Um, that's the process of life that we continuously do. Even when we sleep, we intake information. But it's what information you taking and how is it being translated as you're downloading it. I'm gonna give you a secret. Everything outside yourself is. So I'm gonna do a video on this. Everything outside yourself is a reflection of the inside, and I'm gonna break it down in the video. But everything outside yourself. So even I'm talking about down to the way this computer is. The computer ain't nothing but a reflection of your brain. That's all it is. The experiences you having on the outside is a reflection of the experience you having on the inside. And different, think about highways. You can associate that with veins. You can associate it with any system you technically have in your body. Highways, cars. You can equate that to the pulmonary system. The whole way it operates. And how it drives blood through your body. Everything is on the outside is nothing but what I realize is nothing but a reflection on the inside. But I'm gonna do a video on that. But I'm gonna stick to the topic. But being true to yourself, um, even the influences, right? You should once you understand this and you at peace with being true to yourself, you can go in any environment and be functionable. You know, no matter what the environment is. And I'm still growing. I'm still learning because sometimes I can go in an environment and the energy can be so strong that I take it on. You know, but I become aware and then I understand how and when to step back. You got to be careful of that. Like when I had Cat Daddy on here and he was talking about never compromise yourself. By going to places, being around people, or doing things, your actual actions, and that was compromising your morals and values. This is how you prevent regretting things. Because a lot of times the things you regret is the things you know that was wrong, the things that you're against that you did. That's what resentment 9 times out of 10 comes from. Understanding you did something wrong. And what's wrong? What's wrong is what I determine is wrong. That's what's wrong. So that's why it differs between people. That differs between people. So everybody don't have the same moral compass or the same values or the same principles. Everybody don't have it. And that's cool and that should be understandable. Everybody is different. Everybody's life. You know what I don't understand? Hey, check this out. So people say, I want you to treat me like I would treat you. I treat people the way I want people to treat me, right? But then, same person you said that to do something different, right? Something that you wouldn't do. And within your moral, within your value system, you'll be like, that's not right, right? I'm not talking about nothing extreme, right? It's just some stuff that everybody agrees shouldn't happen. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just something minor that you just don't agree with, right? And then you tell the person, well, no, I can't rock with you because you did this and I don't believe in that. But you just said you want me to treat you like you want to be treated. So wouldn't that include respecting that we have different morals and values? See, that's why, like I said, as long as it don't go against something crazy, I don't judge people because I don't want to be judged. To treat someone as I would want to be treated is for me to understand first that they're different. They got different views. They have different opinions. They just look at life different. I know I look at life different from everybody. If I use my own morals, values, I probably wouldn't have no friends. I wouldn't have people around me. I think too different. So if I went by the way society, how you put expectations on people, and this is why I don't do the expectation thing. One of the reasons. But if I did that, there'd be a lot of people that go against a lot of. I don't believe in saying the N word. I don't say it. I don't like when people say it. I'm just being funky. But when people say it, guess what? I understand that that's part of their vernacular. And even if I tell someone like, hey, I don't like that, don't say it around me. Who am I? I want to be treated. I'm going to treat people like I want to be treated. And I want to be respected for who I am. So me understanding that and understanding that people use that word, people use it in different ways. So I can't judge them. I don't judge people who use it. It's some people, it's just part of their natural vernacular. They've been saying it for years, using it in the way they use it for years. But I don't believe in it, right? So since I don't believe in it, anybody who uses it, I'm supposed to say, you wrong? Nah, man. I want to be treated. I want people to respect me for me. I want people, if I do something to disrespect you, yeah, let me know. Because I ain't trying to do that. But I just want to be able to be me and do what I do and do it the way I do it. And I let people do things the way they do it. What up, Scott? I let people do things the way they do it. And I accept them. If I accept them, I accept them. I accept them for who they are. no matter what's good or bad, and I respect them. So a lot of times people I see, like somebody told me this. Oh, you rock with such and such. I know you ain't like that, but since you rock with them, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, that's weak-minded people. All that stuff don't apply to me. I can be around Satan and be cool. I can be. I mean, that's just what it is. I understand that saying though. You know, birds of a feather flock together because that's general rule, herd mentality. I understand it, but like I said, I don't fit in boxes. I don't do the whole box thing, um, so I'm straight. And then think about this, what I just said, and that's what I'm saying. Saying people, when I stop judging people and I start analyzing, I begin to notice things. So even using that term, birds of a feather flock together. That does not define an individual, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have some people who adapt to their surroundings. So you take that same bird and take them out that environment, put them in another environment, and guess what? You get a different result. And that's probably for about 65% of the people. 65% of people have addictive personalities. I get the statistics for you because I know somebody go try it. But I promise you, um, that's why you have a high level of herd mentality people. A lot of those people, you take them out that herd, they totally different. They different type of people. People adapt to their surroundings simply for survival purposes. Because if you don't, then you die. If you don't adapt to the environment, eventually the environment overwhelms you and you die. That's just nature. Same thing with people. So that's why I don't judge people because a lot of times people just be in the wrong environment, having the wrong things influence them. You take them out of that, put them in somewhere else, and they different. And I know this because that was me. See, that's why a lot of times, if Angel, what up though? A lot of times, if you don't experience things, you don't quite grasp uh, the functionality of things. That's just like in life. If you never experienced living in the hood, then you go to the hood, you will be like, oh shit, this is different. This is different. Why do people? Because you don't put someone from the hood, you put them in the hood. It's normal experience. They know how things are. But that's why that I'm just basically explaining to you what I am or how I am. I'm giving you an in-depth analysis of why I do things, why I think the way I think, why I move the way I move. Angel, thank you. You're a blessing. The human experience, yeah. I am a spiritual being having a human experience, bro. I keep telling y'all that. And I'm gonna take full advantage of this human experience because it's unique. I can only have one experience, or so I thought, because now I understand what I understand. I can experience different things in life through people at a level. It's still nothing like firsthand experience, but um, if you truly understand uh, comprehension, I guess that's the easiest way I could say. You can experience other people's experience, but you have to be open. A lot of times when people tell you things, I know people, like when you tell them a story, instead of them experiencing the story, asking questions to get clarity, they looking for things that you lying about. You see the mind thought. How can you experience the story when you're already thinking it ain't real or you trying to debunk it? You can't experience it. And this is easy to cite because you ever have a conversation with somebody and it seems like you say one word and they blow up. Oh, you did it. It's because they're not listening to you. They're listening for something. And once they get it, then they can justify the reason why they want to blow up. That's why I said a lot of people, that's why I always ask, when people ask me a question, I want to know the intent. Why did you ask me this question? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to understand me or are you trying to debunk me? There's no purpose in me having a conversation with you if you already got a preconceived notion that I'm lying. What's the purpose of even having a conversation? But if you're trying to understand, then yeah, let's talk. Nate in the house. Nate and Perp in the house. Perp ain't in here. Did I miss Perp? My bad. I ain't been looking at the chat. I didn't even see. Nate is in the house. My bad, Nate. What up, bro? Perp in the house too. Perp go kill me. I know she was. I don't see Perp. My bad, Nate. I ain't even see you, bro. My half eye don't work this late at night. I got a jump started. But yeah, no matter what the situation in life is, always be true to yourself. Because, like I said, it helps with not having regret. Um, it helps a whole hell of a lot without not having regret. But it's like I said, when you get in groups, are usually the ones self-deflecting. Yeah. And see, like even that. Now check this out. And that's what happens. That's how people. Uh, that's how people look at life. Because they do it, or because it's been done to them, they think is that you're doing it. Like even like the say if you was with somebody, right? Say me and you dating, right? Me and you dating, and because my last relationship, the girl I was dating cheated on me. All right. Say the girl cheated on me. And the way I found out she cheated on me is because she had a lock on her phone and she got mad when I tried to unlock it. And when I finally did, I seen she was cheating on me, right? Now we dating and you got a lock on your phone and you won't give me the code. What happens? Automatically think you're cheating on me. And that's projecting my insecurities because it happened to me before. And now you won't open your phone. Now you got a lock on your phone. And I told you. I done told you what happened. You know how that make me feel having a lock on your phone. And now, since you won't take it off and I told you, now I know you're cheating on me. That's what people do. And it tells you a lot about the person. One, insecurities. They're insecure because of what happened. But that happens a lot. on different levels. Nate, my bad, bro. I ain't see you come in the first time. That happen on different levels, not even just with the dating. But when people have insecurities, they project those insecurities on other people through expectations. Even think about this. I can sit here and tell y'all, like I said, I don't like the N word, right? So now that I've said that, anybody using the N word, now I'm gonna feel like it's a personal attack. Insecurities. Just because I like it don't mean shit. Just because I don't like that don't mean shit. Especially to someone who been using it their whole life. And like I said, it's part of their vernacular, right? So because I'm insecure and people say it, now I feel like I'm being attacked because they know I don't like it. So why did they do it? Oh, they did it to hurt my feelings. Nah, bro. That's not how shit works. But that's what happens. I hear people like, do you take in consideration, like, shit, this person just might be like that. Just might do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was insecure and I felt like people using the N word was a personal attack, I should not go around people who use the N word on a normal basis. Wouldn't that be common sense? Because just because I don't like something don't mean people gotta conform or tiptoe around it. And if I expect them to, how fucked up in the head am I? But now, if I was to tell everyone, like, hey, this is my platform, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to see it, and if you do, then you out of here. Now, if I was to say that, guess what? I'm giving people a choice. So if that's normal to them, they'd be like, you know what? Well, shit, I can't conform with that. So I'm not going to come in here. And guess what? I have to understand that I can't be like, oh, well, since I said that and now they don't want to come in, they fucked up. No, that's not how it works. How it works is like this. If we can tolerate one another, then we tolerate one another. And respect, meaning if it's something people request that I don't like and I can't conform, then I don't do it. Not even for a little bit. Because if I do, and then later on try to switch it up, I'm fucked up. I knew how this person was, and I still decided to go around them. And now, guess what? I don't like it. So now they fucked up. No, you knew that before you went around them. And you still decided. Like, the way things go and the way things work, people crazy. People crazy. Why walk in a strip club if you don't want to see naked women? If I don't like racist people, why would I go to a racist bar? Yeah, think about things like that. Because just because it's done, don't mean, just because I don't like something, don't mean it ain't supposed to be done. It's my responsibility once I identify what I don't like, not to put myself around it, not to make it part of my experience. Flat and simple. Even if you indulge in a little bit, guess what? That's your fault. Miss Queen in here, what up? What is you doing up? You supposed to be asleep. But yeah, whatever I don't like and I put myself in that environment, then that's my fault. You know, so I don't expect, like I said, there's a lot of things I don't like. You know, the things that bother me, I express to people, and I give them that opportunity. I give them that choice to say, yeah, I can deal with you, or no, I can't. And that's the fair way to do it. And that's not me putting an expectation on nobody. That's me setting a boundary. Because now that I told you this is unacceptable and you do it, then guess what? You chose to do it. You chose to cross that line. But if I never tell you that and I just expect you to know that, that's not cool. That's not cool. So that's why I say I treat people like I want to be treated. And the way I want to be treated is just to be respected for who I am and accepted for who I am and for the way I do things, if you agree or not. And I'm going to do the same. People are who they are. If something happened, I'm not going to be like, well, I think you should have did it this way, and now I'm mad at you. It's crazy. And I think that causes unsolicited problems. You don't need to have them. If you set boundaries with people, especially when you're interacting and dealing with people, if you set boundaries, then if they cross, that's different from my expectation. You just crossed the line. This boundary was set and you chose to cross it, meaning you're aware. Scott is amazing. Miss Queen, I was about to ask you something and I forgot. Yeah, I don't. But see, Angel, I play with that word. I don't like prejudice people, but racist. I look at that word different. I look at it from the construction of the word, not the man-made definition. And if you look at the suffix ist, that means proficient. So to attach race to it, someone who is proficient in their race, meaning someone who knows their race. Racism is something different. That's a whole system. That's not an individual, that's a system. But prejudice, to prejudge someone, I don't like that. And that's on levels, not just with race. I don't like it with religion. I don't like when people do it because of age. I don't like when people do it because of gender. I don't like when people prejudge people, period. I think it's ignorance. And that's one of the things I don't accept. I accept it at levels. I say it like that. I will accept it at levels. When it gets to the level of hate, then nah. I don't do hate. Like and that's at levels. Because if it's in somebody, it's in them, and it just come out different ways. If someone is walking around with an extraordinary amount of hate, it's gonna come out in different ways at different times. It's in them. Whatever's inside you comes out. Perp, what up though? Yeah, you missed the whole story. I was putting the kids to sleep and I fell asleep. And I told Frankie that, my bad. And I wanted to do the video because I seen all the comments that y'all had in there. So I'm like, that motivated me because at first I was just going to change the time till tomorrow. And my wife was like, get in there and do the video. My wife said this is a form of therapy for me. So yeah, she just told me that today. I'm like, you think so? She said, I just noticed you feel better when you talk, when you're reaching out to people. Like I said, I mentor people, but I used to help kids. Go talk to kids, and I got kicked out the group because my wife ain't black. So That bothered me for a while. You had to go watch. That's how y'all say dog in Australia. I thought you were saying dingo at first. Your doggo. You know I gotta pick with you. Yeah, Scott in the building. Kalani was here, but yeah, always stay true to yourself. Always stay true to yourself. Because like I said, by doing that, not only do you um, not live with regret, but then you're able to evolve in a way where you're being influenced by things you select, things you choose. And like I said, every couple years, you should look at your life and imagine how you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, the next year. You know, everybody do the New Year's resolution. But even when you do that, do you really think about like your personality, understanding your emotions, having a deeper relation with your spiritual side? Uh, do you really truly think, or is it just some outside thing you want to work on? I want to lose weight. I want a new job. I want to stop cussing. Stuff like that. You should think about how you want to evolve into what type of person you want to be. Do that every couple years. And that way you open yourself up. When you're descriptive with your thought, your imagination of what you desire, when you think about it and be more um, descriptive with it, when you be more precise with it, what happens is different things, different avenues, different resources. I like to call them tools, different things you begin to align yourself with so you can reach that goal. That's when you're true to yourself. You have to be intentional. The more intentional you are, the more defined you can be. We've been rocking for an hour. I'm gonna drop the link for a minute. I don't know if anybody want to come up and. I did. I can't remember what I was about to ask you. Something. I cannot remember what I was about to ask you. I swear I was about to ask you something. When I seen your name pop up, I had the question in my head, but I kept rocking and totally forgot. Um, I can't remember what I was about to ask you. Riders, what up, Rach? And then, like I said, everything is kind of like a meatball. You know, that was a bad analogy, but I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie to you. What up, though, Miss Queen?
Hey,
I'm gonna have to fix that analogy. I was trying to say everything is like a meatball. I was thinking about when you put it together, and you got the different spices, the meat. I put bell pepper and onion in it, but it all comes together as one. I'm hungry. I don't know if you can tell, but but it all comes together as one product at the end. So even when I'm talking about um, being descriptive, having clear intentions, your emotions, all that stuff add together when it comes to manifestation.
right.
Angel, if you ain't go hook a brother up with no chicken curry, I don't want to hear you talking about it. Well, I guess I can't hear you, but I do got some mashed potatoes though. But what you think about always being true to yourself?
I think it's necessary to be a healthy person.
Yes. And see, you spiritual too. That's why um, your understanding of this when you say healthy, you talking about physically and mentally, right? And spiritually.
Yep, I'm talking about a being a wellness. Talking about wellness,
Hmm.
which is a holistic terminology.
And I don't think people really truly understand the whole ideology behind the holistic. Because you know the way we was raised, if something wrong, go to a doctor and get a pill. Um, but the holistic work a little different.
Yeah, I don't go to a doctor unless I have to. Everything else I fix at home, but that's how I grew up too. So you know, like even when my children were little, I didn't know that you had to take your children to the doctor. My babies never got sick, and I didn't vaccinate them. And then one day the clinic called me, and they was like, they ain't never had a well visit. I was like, they ain't never been sick, and they was like, oh, they have to come in once a year. And if you don't bring them, that's medical neglect. We can call CPS. I was like, what the hell? I ain't had no idea.
Yep, that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, why the fuck I'm gonna take them to the doctor if they ain't sick? What the hell is that? It was like you got to take them once a year. I was like, wow.
Gators, what's up? Appreciate you coming through. That's a new face. Appreciate you. But like and that's what I mean. So many avenues to take with what you just said because I'm talking about like even being true to yourself, right? Your personal experience is different from other people's. You know, so somebody from the outside looking in may have an opinion, but being true to yourself, you know what works for you, what benefits you, and you keep it moving. Not worried about their opinion. And that way, because what happens too when people become influenced by other people's opinions and say they go with that other person's opinion and something unfavorable happens, they live with regret.
Well, can't nobody that got to take a piece and shit uh judge me on nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just not possible. And I honestly, I don't care about what nobody thinks or feels about how I live my life. It's my life. It's mine.
Mhm.
It's not theirs. They're free to do with their life whatever the fuck they want to do with it. I'm free to do with mine what I want to do with mine. Their opinion is their opinion. They can have it. But I don't know. Me personally, I don't care that much about nobody else to be all up feeling like I need to judge what they doing. I really don't care. I guess I guess you could call it some self absorption. Cause I'd be worried about me. I don't I don't care about nobody.
And see that, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people they don't stay true to themselves, and when they don't do it, they can't get to that level where you at, where you don't care, and that's how you should be because everybody's own personal experience is different. But look, like when it comes to me, like I got my own way of life, but if I interact with you and you doing something different from me, instead of me judging it, you know what I do? I say if I could benefit from it. And if
Right.
I can, then I can incorporate that. But if I judge you because you do something different, I won't get that opportunity to actually see the difference and if it can benefit me. And that goes back to the way, people think. Because it's different is wrong. No, you just haven't experienced it yet. So until you experience it, you don't know if it works for you or if it don't. And a lot of
It,
people take that opportunity away from themselves.
it's funny because, and what I noticed from my own life experience, and I'm sure I can't be the only one. When you start judging people, life has a funny way of putting you in the same situation that you judge the person for being in.
Yep.
And I don't know if very many people pay attention to that, but I know when I started noticing that, I know I stopped judging people. And because I was like, yo, I judge such and such for the way they handle this. And here I am in the situation. And what am I going to do?
Now check this out. Like when I was talking about that Kwame and Ty situation. Like I said, Ty opened himself up to Kwame pulling up. The energy that he put out, he was saying, and I'm just using this for example, no shots against nobody, but it's something that I just talked about and people familiar with. But I'm hitting on what you just said because you open yourself up to that energy, to that opportunity. You're going to pull up on somebody, and what happens? Somebody pulled up on you. you was not not far as judging someone, but when you judge someone, you're still putting that energy out that what they're doing is right or wrong, and by doing that, you're opening yourself up to that same experience if it's
Yeah.
favorable or not. That's how the universe works. That's what you're focusing your attention on, and that's what you usually get. And by judging it, you putting emotions behind it. You sending out a frequency for that experience. That's what you want.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. It's interesting too.
Eve,
They don't
what
realize
up?
that a lot of the things that they go through is because it's because of them.
Yeah, it's because you're attracting. Like that's why I say I don't put energy into certain things. I don't put energy into nothing I want. I mean I don't want because no matter what type of energy you put behind it, you're telling the universe, you're screaming out, "Hey, I want to experience this." By attaching emotions to it. Like you just said, when you judge people, like, okay, this person a bum because they don't have such and such, or because of such and such, and then the shit come right back around, and you opened yourself up to that experience by putting them emotions, that thought, that energy behind
Right.
it. And this is something, like you said, I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn that the hard way. It almost cost me my life. But judging somebody else, I tell you, I tell you what happened.
Mhm.
And this is probably something that a lot of people do. This one dude got robbed, right, at a gunpoint to his head. And I'm sitting there like, you let this motherfucker rob you, this whack ass. Everybody knew who did it, but I'm like, I'm talking shit to him. Like, you weak, you let him. I would have took the gun, did that. A week later, same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Same exact thing happened to me. And why I said I almost lost my life because uh, I tried to take the gun, and dude pulled the trigger and the gun jammed.
Woo. I was
I
looking
put
after
myself,
you.
I put myself, man. That's why I say the creator got me here for a reason. I just had to stop being ignorant and listen. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm a skyrocket. Except for Scott. You ragging on my boy Scott. But that's what I'm saying. Um, but understanding that, like me personally, I know I'm different, right? Just the way I look at stuff, the way I move, and me staying true to myself, I'm able to accomplish what I set out to do, um, and not be distracted. And that's important to me because I understand how precious time is. And the more time I spend on things I don't want or experiences, the less time I have to focus on what I do want to get that done. So I had to be more. I had to be more stronger and not allow certain things to influence me, because if it do, I'm gonna get distracted. Shit, I got ADHD. I gotta do 2 3 things at the same time. I'm doing 2 or 3 things right now.
Uh huh.
So I gotta what? I'm not looking in the chat no more. They talking
Oh.
about breakfast. I'm hungry. But
Mm.
yeah, just being more just being aware. Um just being more aware and understanding that different situations, environments, people, um, that they will influence me. And like I said, I'm taking all the good stuff, but the important thing is to stick to my morals, values, and my code, and that way I can stay true to myself.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
I keep saying I'm not looking in the chat, but I see Perp. I gotta make sure she cool because her and Scott be in there.
Oh, I ain't seen it. My ass is in the bed. I'm fighting my sleep right now.
So what gets you to? Well, no, I think you always been like that. Like I'm gonna just do me and not worry about but other people. I look at it. Is it like the herd mentality? Is it um lack of self confidence? I think that's a lot of what it is. Like people don't believe in themselves. Um, I don't think people have a lot of
Well,
self. But
everybody wants to be accepted. Nobody want to feel alone. We social creatures. But the thing about it is, when you don't look like what is normal to most people, then you get ridiculed. And if you're not strong enough to deal with that, then you'll go along and get along. I've never
mm,
been the go along to get along type of person. It don't make me happy. It don't make me happy for people to ridicule me and talk about me, but I feel better than I would if I just did what everybody else was doing.
but okay, now using that same ideology, right? Wouldn't it be better if we learn who we are first, and that way we can be confident enough to wait, or be patient enough to. I'm gonna just build up for it, she said. But um, if you know who you are first, because we are social creatures, people take advantage of that. That's how they manipulate people, because they know that. But listen to what I'm saying. We all social creatures. We all. That's just by nature. Everything in nature clicks up, groups up, comes together. That's natural. That's what we go do. But if you know who you are, if you have standards, if you have morals and goals, and you have self confidence, what you'll do is you'll have patience, and you'll be aware to put yourself around the people that's similar to you. And a lot of times, if you're extremely different, it's hard. It's not hard to find them people, but it takes time to find those people. But if you discipline enough, um, it'll be worth it at the end, because you'll be around like-minded people, like-hearted people. You just got to be disciplined and be aware.
It takes courage to learn who you are.
It do.
Mm, Most people don't develop that. Develop that kind of courage is accepting the fact that you're gonna be ridiculed and talked about, and just deciding to go through it anyway.
I like that. Yeah, you got to go through it. You got to go through it. Because I was going to even add, Well, that's I guess once you learn who you are, that's where the self confidence comes from, the pride, the um,
Well, I don't even know if it's all of that, cause like it's a hard road to be yourself. I know. I grew up in the church, and there was a story about Jesus somewhere in the New Testament in the Gospels, and he out on his ministry or whatever, and the people talking about him, and they talk about the man so bad that he just walked away from the crowd and got a stick and was just drawing in the sand with the stick because that's how low the people made him feel. You got to find a way to process people's ridicule and shit.
you know what I do. You know how I guess I cope with it. When people when people start ridiculing me, I feel like I'm gaining insight on the way they think. So if I know it's true, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? They telling the truth.
Right.
Either I fix it or it is what it is. But if it's a lie, then a lot of times I find this uh, is they they reflecting. They really talking about themselves. They see
Mhm.
something in me that they associate to themselves and what they do, and they use me to identify it. And when it happens, it's funny to me. So I think that's why it don't really bother me. I think that's why, but that's how I just look at it. Like when people start, like I had somebody send me an email, and they were saying, it was a dude. He was saying that I pander to women
Mhm.
because I'm weak and my mom dominated me. He was saying all this stuff, and I'm looking like, damn, ain't none of this true. But he telling me his life story right now. And I'm like, okay, bro, yeah, you don't like your mama because
Mhm.
if you saying mom, like, where did you get that from? Why couldn't it have been? I'm excuse my French, but why couldn't it just been I'm pussy whipped then? That I enjoy women so much that I'm willing to bow down to them. Why wouldn't it be that? Why would it be that my mama dominated? No, you telling me what happened to you, bro. So I'm okay with that. It's not me. You need to go email a psychologist, and hopefully you can get an
Mhm.
appointment and work on that, bro. But I'm good. Thanks for your opinion. And I hope you feel better. I hope you figured out your problems.
Fact.
That's what I do. That's why I say a lot of stuff like a lot of stuff people say, like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I only got what, like 190 subscribers. You should see my email. I got so much hate email, and I'll be laughing at it. Um, I'm like, dang, I ain't even think people listen to me like that. But it's like three dudes. I didn't even block them. I'd be interested to see what they gonna say, and I think they dudes. They got dude names. So, but people catfish. But um, there's three dudes that like at least once or twice a week email me some crazy shit. And I'm looking like, okay. One dude, I'm like, I know you listen because he was saying, oh, and it's the same dude. Everything goes back to my mama. I hate my mama because my wife ain't black. Like, what? Like, bro, you crazy. But a lot of it is they just pushing out on you what's wrong with them.
Right. Projection.
They're straight doing projections, and it's like, it's funny, it's comical sometimes. You know,
Yep. It is. People are interesting to say the least.
hey, Angel, that's why. I don't know, like when I first started, well, I put it up every now and then, but that's why I started putting my email up. I'm like, man, this shit crazy. Like, I got hate email. I got 190 subs and getting hate email. Like, what the hell am I saying to these people making them mad? I didn't trigger somebody. I didn't stepped over somebody's boundaries and pissed all over it. I'm waiting for him to pop up in the chat one day. I want to invite him on the panel. So if you listening, hey, you welcome to hit the panel, bro. You interested? I want to talk to you. It's funny. I didn't know you get trolls in the email. I don't got real trolls though. I don't count Nate as a troll.
Right.
And Perp, you can't troll me. I don't care how many fingers you think you got up. I know how many you got up.
Hmm. Oh Lord, I'm finna hop down. I'm crashing.
All right, I appreciate you coming up.
No worries. Good night.
Yeah, I went on late. Well, I had to get it out. I said I was gonna do something tomorrow. I totally forgot what it was, what show I said I was gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Um, my mentor told me I need to uh, speed up the process, so I'm gonna turn it up. But yeah. So always believe in yourself. Um, and there's multiple reasons, but the key ingredient is not having regret. That's the key. And to do that, you can't go against your values and morals. So just be careful of how you've been influenced. So you ain't try to troll me, Perp. I think I'd be scared. I see what you do to Scott, so I think I'd be scared if you troll me. Yeah, I think I'd be scared if you troll me. Don't troll me, Perp. Don't troll me. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with anybody. Anybody listen to this, look, man, I'm a man of peace. All right, I might joke a little bit, but if I hurt your feelings, I apologize. And I do it sincerely. I don't want no smoke. I got other shit to do. Yeah, I don't want no smoke. But yeah, I'm gonna say something. I know I am. I better get off of this shit. But yeah, just believing in yourself. Um, always being true to yourself. Understanding where what direction you're going in, and don't let nothing derail you and stop you because we only got a limited amount of time on this earth, and we should be using intentions. While we utilizing it. You should direct that energy into things that you want because the more time you spend on dealing with things you don't want, is the less time you have to develop, and you're here to create. If it's procreate and nurture or rear them children, if it's to create art, music, you're here to create. You're here to expand consciousness. That's what you're here for, believe it or not. And the way we expand consciousness is to create things. That's how we expand consciousness. It's through creation. Creating things that haven't been created yet, recreating things. You know. But what happens is we fall into that herd, you know. You fall into other people's experiences. Instead of focusing on what you're here to do, um, you can end up helping other people accomplish their goals. And that just prevents you, takes time away from you to accomplish yours. I appreciate you, Scott. And that's what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm like I don't like using the pastor or the priest, but I'm like a spiritual guide, I guess. like a navigation system. You know, trying to help you navigate through this crazy world. And the only thing I got is a couple tools I can offer, a perspective and an understanding and a working knowledge. Everything I tell you, you can simply observe in real time. You just got to choose to see it. I didn't even go into the books or the text yet. I'm literally telling you things that you can observe in real time. This is how you learn anywhere, right? This is how we all learn, is observing, downloading information that comes to us, using our senses. That's a whole nother video because we only use 5. But that's how you absorb information. It's through your senses. So that's why I intentionally try to put the positivity out there. Give you different ways and angles to look at stuff. What you said? Hold on, that's interesting. Anytime I see that word, if you're reading your Bible and staying in your path, Jesus is your pastor. What a light, the way. I am the way. People misinterpreted that too. It's different in the Hebrew of what he actually said and in the Greek. But it do say I am the light. And people took that as he was talking about his teachings, not physically him, but the things that he was teaching. He was telling you how to live, how to go about things. That way you can elevate or raise your vibration. And that way when you die, you can ascend to the heaven. But that's why he said, I am the way or I am the path. Like certain translations, like if you Google it, they give you a list of different, translations. And you'll see some of them say the way or the light or the path. Because he wasn't talking about him physically. He was talking about his teachings, the way he was living his life, the way he treated people. That's the way to go about it. But people start looking at the physical, thinking, oh, I just got to worship Jesus. And if I do that, then no, you got to walk. You got to take the same path. You got to come into enlightenment. That's what it is. I am the light. I am the way. The path is the way to enlightenment. The light leads to enlightenment. That's what that meant. But people just say, oh, I got to believe in Jesus. No, you got to do what Jesus did. That's a whole nother video, too. Y'all giving me videos down there. Okay, I can't do a video on that, Angel. I can't do a video on okay. Yeah, I can't do a video on that. What you say, Bert? Oh, Scott, you make her ticket. Yeah, baby. What up, Rich? Rich is in the house. I can't wait to learn how to use it. Hey, tell me if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear this? Did y'all hear that? Probably not. I don't know why the soundboard only play in my ear. It don't play on the video. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So it's not that one. Maybe it's this one. Did y'all hear anything? Nope. I don't know how to do it. I got an old sound bar and don't know how to use it. Because every time I push it, I just hear it in um, my headphones. I don't. It's not on the video, so I figure that out one day. But when I do, I'm gonna have fun with it. But yeah. So be true to yourself. Like I said, and it won't. Once you set goals, um, it's always gonna be like they say. Evil come at you. Once you get close, or when you're doing the righteous thing, that's when evil attacks. Being true to yourself, you'll understand how not to get distracted, how not to get sidebarred. I don't think that happens enough because, like I said, when you get in groups, you get in a group for a reason too. And like I said, this is something that's instinctive. This is something natural that we link up and come in groups. So understanding this go happen. But now that you're aware of it and that's normal and it's supposed to happen, that's now that you're aware of it, you can put yourself in the right type of groups. You know, I even say, "Oh, I'm a lone wolf," and that's because it's not a lot of people that I can relate to on a lot of different levels. On different levels, individual levels, I can relate to almost anybody. But me as a whole, I understand and I accept that I'm different, and I'm okay with that. So me, I got to be around either like-minded people or like-hearted people. Them the two type of people, and it's different. Like-minded people, we think alike. We got some of the same goals. We got some of the same. Um, we inspire to do some of the same things. Like-hearted people are the people I relate to or associate myself with the same morals, values, or I build like people who just like helping people who just care about people, people who got a big heart. I'm attracted to those people. I love being around those people because the energy exchange is totally different than even a like-minded person. Because a person with when you like heartedness, you're always doing nice things. You got that in mind. Okay, this person, I don't care if they happy or not. I'm gonna say something to make them smile. I'm gonna say something to make them feel good, no matter if they feel good or not. I'm not just gonna wait until they down. I'm gonna do it because they up. I love being around those type of people, just good people who like, um, those are my people. You know, and they come in all different shapes and sizes and colors and what else? Shape, size, color. What else people come in? Yeah, all different things. They come all different ways. Um, and those people, you tend to find not only are you like-hearted, but you like-minded. You have some of the same aspirations. You have some of the same goals. So that's like a double benefit. Being around people who, you know, are like-hearted. And a lot of times we associate that with like-minded, but it's different. It's different. Blackbird in the house. What up, Blackbird? My bad, bro. I be seeing the chat a little late. What up, Blackbird? Hey, that's my bro. I might have to get him on the panel one day. Blackbird, I'm gonna have to get you on the panel one day, bro. Blackbird, cool. Yeah, young buck who be coming through, and I love to see that because uh, that's part of my goal. I wish more younger people came in here, um, not only to hear what I'm saying, but I want to hear what they saying, how they look at life. Um, that we need to do that. We need to be more um, understanding to the younger generation, so we'll learn how to communicate with them properly, so we can convey our, because it changed. This generation that's young now is not like us. People, I say 35 and up, they're not like us. They didn't come up like us. So to properly communicate with them, we got to understand them, and it has to be intentional. When we talk to them, you can't look at them like I was just saying earlier. You can't expect them to look at life the way you do. Can't expect that. I don't expect it from nobody. Like I said, I can be in a room full of people using the N word, and I don't use it. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. But I can sit in a room full of people and they do it because I understand that's just them. Not only is it just them, but I want to be respected for the way I feel. So I got to respect them for who they are. And it is, in my opinion, irresponsible to ask someone to change who they are to make you feel comfortable. If I don't want to hear it, guess what? I can't go in that room that day. And sometimes I don't. But ultimately, I understand. That's why I say I don't judge. When I judge, then I lose understanding. Like when you begin to judge people, you'll lose understanding. And like I said, once you understand sometimes people are the way they are because of a condition or a situation, an environment. And if you change that, they become different people. So that's why I don't judge even people. Like I said, unless it's something extreme, like I don't like if it's something habitual. People got a history of just say if one of my boys like, oh, he beat his girl, and I know this is not normal. Okay, what happened? Not saying there's an excuse to put your hands on a woman, but if I understand what happened, now I can understand because it's not normal of him. The condition or situation he was in altered, and this is why he did it. So to help him, I got to help him understand the situation or condition that altered his decision making to make him hit a female so he won't do it again. That's if it's my friend. If it's not my friend and I see it, then I understand that it was a situation or condition he was in. Not saying it's right or wrong. Not saying that. But I'm saying I understand because of situations or conditions, it will alter people's decision making. And sometimes good people do bad things under those conditions. That's just fact. And that's something that we can observe in real time. That's why I say it's important to understand your emotions, though. Because sometimes we might put ourselves in situations or conditions and we not strong enough mentally or emotionally. And now that situation and condition that influenced our decision making, and we did something that we wouldn't normally do. But then you got to look at it too, because sometimes people become or get in those situations and conditions, and now what they did, like hitting women, is normal to them. And if that's normal, guess what? I can't rock with you. I don't fucks with you. I can't deal with nobody hitting on women. I can't deal with nobody hitting on kids. There's a lot of things that goes against my morals and values. But what I'm telling you is I assess because I'm not putting expectations on nobody. And I want to be fair. And I do that because that's what I want done for me. So I do. If a person is labeled something, a lot of times I sit back and watch them just to see if it's them or if it's a condition or environment or a situation they put in or they're currently in. And a lot of times that even happens subconsciously. People not aware. Or they'll tell you, well, I don't do this. Like if someone say, um, I don't do this, or I'm not this way towards all women, then I want to see what kind of women brings this out of you. And now you know, I can tell you now, guess what? Don't be around those type of women. Because eventually you'll start looking at all women like that. The more you do it. Anything that you do repetitiously eventually becomes a habit. So if you begin to take on traits or stuff you don't normally have, but because of a situation or a condition, and you continuously put yourself in that situation and condition, you will think that's just the way it is. It's gonna become a habit. That's the way you view life. That's like, say if a man dating a woman, right? And he date the type of women who cheat. Okay, this one woman cheated, we break up. Then he date another woman, same type of personality, cheating personality. Bam, she cheat. Then he date another woman, same personality. Then she cheat. He gonna be like, all women cheat. I done dated 3 women and they cheated on me. No, you chose wrong 3 different times. Chose the same type of personality. But since it happened to you, now you think this is all women. This is why I hate when people put stigmas. Like when they say, all black women do this or all black men do this. I don't like that because that was your own personal experience. And because you had an abundance amount of bad experiences, now you think it's all like that, and it's not. Just like when they say black on black crime, because you see black people hurting each other, you think that's a thing, and it's not. That's just what you observing. Because crime is crime. Everybody commit crime, no matter what race, creed, religion. Everybody commits crime. As a human or as a race, people go commit crime, and they usually do it to people that's close to them. So you gotta have Asian on Asian crime, white on white crime, all that. Crime is crime. But since you see it so much, you accept it as all. Hold on, Les in the building. What up? I know I'm about to get something. Every time I see Les, I know you about to try to tickle my brain. Observing real time as opposed to fake time. Hello, come on now. So why is that? I can't deal with anybody hitting anyone else. That works better for everyone. Yeah, but no. Like I said, I can agree to disagree. You know, but like I said, because of a situation or it can be a situation or an environment someone is that makes them violent. I give you an example. I'm gonna use myself. When I decide to go to the hood, right, I carry a gun. And that's because the environment, I mean, I know it's a higher level of danger, but when I walk in the suburbs, I don't. I feel comfortable because the environment is different. So, like I said, if it's reputitious, if a person has a history, they have a history. But sometimes, um, like, think about this. And this is, I'm going to use myself for an example. I don't hit women, right? My ex wife, I hit her one time. I hit her one time. I had just got out, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you the story of why I put my hands on her this one time. Um, I just got out the hospital, and I was like still fucked up. I begged the hospital to let me go. My blood pressure and my blood sugar was all out of whack. Um, And I begged the hospital to let me go. Like, look, my mom's a nurse. She can monitor me. So they let me go. When I get home, my car gone. And I'm literally about to open my phone up, and my boy called me like, hey, man, your girl over here. And I'm like, over your house? Nah, 2 houses down over this dude house. So I'm calling her phone. She ain't answering. So I call him back. I said, go tell her to bring my car back. So he walked down there and told her to bring my car back, right? So she all pissy. She bring the car back. And I got the light off in the room. And she come in the room and she cussing me out. You ain't my daddy. This is, you can't tell. I'm like, you got my car. Like, you didn't have to come back. I just wanted my car. You can go. So we arguing and she turned the light on. I'm like, turn the light off. And I got up, turned the light off. She turned it back on. I turned it off. Did it like 3 or 4 times. And then I got mad and slapped the light bulb. When I slapped the light bulb, she swung. Bow, hit me right in my mouth. I'm like, don't put your hands on me again. Then she slapped me. And I'm like, look, you can't hurt me. Do not put your hands on me. You pissing me off. And she grabbed, you know them Cedar Point cups, them plastic ones? She grabbed it and slapped me across the face with it. And my lips started bleeding. And I bugged out. I ain't gonna lie. When I tasted my blood, and like I said, no excuse, I punched her in the chest. She flew across the bed, hit the wall. I hit her. Like when I say I hit her, when I say went across the bed, she was off her feet. And she hit the wall. It was a dent in the wall. I hit her, and I felt like shit as soon as I did it. And I'm not even gonna say it's a reaction. I was pissed, and she kept hitting me. And then when she drew blood, I seen red. But I don't hit women. I never hit another woman again. But the way I hit her, like I didn't hit her in the face. I hit her in the chest. And if she ain't had big boobs, it probably would have broke her rib the way I hit her. But the way I hit her, and like I said, I was wrong. Even though she drew blood, I was wrong. I regretted it. As soon as I did it, I regretted it. But the way I hit her, you would have thought I beat the shit out of women all the time. Like I hit her like I would have hit a dude. That's what I did. But like I said, I never hit another woman. But what I'm telling you is sometimes the conditions or situations or even the people, you will do things that you wouldn't normally do. But my wife, I don't even argue with my wife. As soon as the voices get raised when we having the conversation, I walk away automatically. As soon as she yell at me, all right, man, I'll be back. And I walk away. If I feel like I'm raising my voice at her, I walk away. And she let me. You know, she don't chase me. She don't say, don't walk away. She don't do none of that. She be like, okay, I'll talk to you when you calm down. Or I'll talk to you later. If she mad, she be like, all right, we'll talk later. Okay, yep, okay. I know. Bye. Yeah, she'll do that. But what I'm telling you is, and I understood once I stayed with her I ended up marrying that girl after that. After all that, like we went through a lot of stuff, and I knew better, and I still married her. That was my first wife, and I still married her. That's how naive, that's how ignorant I was. Even though we was having a whole bunch of issues, I still did it. I don't. To this day, I know why I married her. I married her for the wrong reason. I was holding on to something too long that I shouldn't have grabbed in the first place, and she had got sick, and she had shit health insurance, and she almost died. And when she got out the hospital, we went down to the courthouse like a month later, and we got married. Now she had good insurance. Man, tell you that God honest truth. That's why I married her. Did I love her? Yeah, I did. I knew we weren't supposed to be together though. I knew that for a fact. We weren't supposed to be together, but I did it anyway. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, she gonna change, she gonna mature, things will get better. That's what was in my mind. in my subconscious mind, I was saying, "You idiot, you stupid." You know, I mean, I learned from it though. I didn't. I learned from it, and if I wouldn't experience that, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I don't regret it at all. None of it. I had to experience it. It gave me clarity. I knew what I didn't want by experiencing what I didn't want. I had a better understanding why I didn't want it. So, yeah, so that happened. My bad. I didn't see the chat. Oh, I read that. Thus, I think you won't always get resolved in discussions. Two may still not agree, but have a better understanding of another person's thought process. Yeah, to come to that conclusion. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like even when I'm having a conversation with people, I don't really care if they right or wrong. If I'm able to have a discussion respectively with a person, I can disagree with them all day. It don't do nothing but give me clarity. Uh, Sometimes the reason they don't agree with me is because the way I explained it, they don't understand it. So sometimes when I see that, I just try to explain it a different way. And then when that don't work, I understand that they just see it the way they choose to see it. And then I'm more curious about their perspective. And once I see their perspective, like I said, as long as it ain't nothing crazy, uh, I can agree to disagree with it and move forward. So I can, like I said, a lot of times when people, going back to the topic, when they true to themselves and you get into a conversation and y'all have differences of opinion, if a person is confident in what they're saying, they don't really feel nothing if you don't agree with them. I mean, they understand why they feel the way they feel, and either they go agree to disagree with you and move forward, or people. Sometimes people need validation, especially when it comes to their opinion. So what you will see is people get angry, mad, and they start throwing insults at you because you don't agree. And the reason they throwing insults is because you don't agree with me. So you're a bad person. That's what happens. Like some kindergarten shit. Because you don't agree with me, you're a bad person. And now I hate you. I'll get it where I have it in a vengeful way, but no more, and not a woman for sure. Did kind of bugged out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And then, like, even when people do stuff in the past, right? Um, when people do stuff, like I said, as long as it ain't messing with like no kid or you ain't, try to take a woman's goods, I don't think that can be fixed. But when you do stuff in the past uh, and you don't do it again, you don't have a history of it. Uh, I tend to believe people learn from their mistakes. So why punish someone if they learn from it? So I don't really, unless, like I said, unless the past is in the present, like you're currently doing the things you used to do in the past, I don't really judge people. I don't judge people at all, but it don't matter to me what they did uh, because they learned from it. They grew from it. They understood it was wrong, and they don't do it no more. You know, I think too many people put too much weight on what people do in the past. But like I said, if they're doing it in present time, if they're still doing it, if they haven't stopped doing it, if they didn't learn from it, then that's what they are in the present time. It's really not the past you should be talking about. You should be talking about what's going on now. But if it's something they did in the past and they ain't doing it no more, they learn from it. Why hold that against them? That's why the whole concept of jail don't make sense to me. You send people to jail to punish them for something they did. They get out of jail and they still being punished, even though they didn't pay their time. Now they can't even get a job because of what they did, what they got punished for. They paid their time for the crime. So now, why limit them? That's what make people go out and do it again. They feel like they don't have a choice. A lot of people. I'm not saying all. Some people just, fucked up. But the people who do learn, why continuously punish them? I'm uninvolved. I'm unloved. I appreciate it, love. I appreciate it, bro. My bad. I'm late on the chat. Nah, bro. Why you taking anger management, bro? Look, man. I'm no. Bro, look. I stay away from violence. Not because I can't get violence, because I don't want to get violent. That's why I stay away from shit. Because I enjoy it too much. Like when I used to spar, I used to enjoy getting hit. I used to like when people hit me, and I used to like when they hit me good. That way, when I fuck them up, I have an excuse. It's like now I can go full force. Now I can hurt you because you hurt me. That's how my brain works, bro. Like I leave myself open to get hit, a good one. And then when they apologize, oh my bad, like nah, it's cool. So now I can fuck you up. So you just hit me, so now I can hit you hard. That's crazy, ain't it? So nah, that's why I stay away from violence because I enjoy it. Nah, so I try to. I understand what my weaknesses are. I'm aware. Um, so that's why I stay away from it. Who? I'm way up here. Jail's punishment, not rehabilitation, and that's what I'm saying. But that's what they tell you, though. The vision. Hold on, Scott leaving. I ain't see that. Oh, you cutting wood? The past is a memory arising as a thought in the present moment, right? Yeah, yeah. Um, Partially. Um, that's if you take out. Uh, that's why a lot of times when you take out. Um, no, I'm gonna leave it alone like that. Yeah, that's a good. Um, Past is a memory arising as a thought in the present moment, right? I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. I'm not gonna add to it. Uh, it's perfect the way it is. I mean, you could have made it more complex, but I think that's perfect. I mean, there's levels to it, but okay, I'm not putting that on the screen, Angel. I'm not putting Scott on the screen like that. Most memories are supposed to be forgotten once the lesson learned. We don't always do that. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna make that more complex. Because the memory, but this is the thing. Even though you learn a lesson from the past, the more you live, the more defined that lesson becomes. So that's why I wouldn't certain things. That's why we don't forget because we add more to the lesson, if that makes sense. So you may learn something from the past, but once you learn it, the reason you don't forget it because it's more to learn from it. Experiences have an abundance amount of information. A lot of times we don't understand it because we haven't experienced certain things. So the more we experience and then we look back, the more we begin to understand. Does that make sense? Scott, you gonna have to get a Scott. If you get an OnlyFans page, I promise you, Angel will be your first subscriber. You just got to go out and chop some wood, bro. You can get paid for chopping wood on OnlyFans. I'd be a talent manager. I don't want to see none of the videos, but we can make money together. um, so I appreciate you, Perp. I appreciate you. So you saying, am I a man? Like, if I'm a woman sounding like this, that's bad, right? Uh, so, but are you talking about far as in my? I say it like this. I see. This is why I like less because less tickle brains, less make me think. Uh, because I know the things that I say will be dissected, and I enjoy that. I really do. Less. I'm not saying that to be. What's the word? Um, I ain't saying it to be a smart ass. I'm telling you, I really do enjoy it. I enjoy intellectual sparring matches. Usually, I have them with my sister, but um, I, in my human experience, I am a man, the, um, but I am a spiritual being. So I possess both feminine and masculine energy. I'm a ball of energy contained within the vessel of a man to experience life. Does that make sense? But I'm fortunate that I embody both masculine and feminine energy, life force, if that makes sense. And not everyone possesses both, but most do. Some do. Some do possess both, and that's fact. I don't even think less considers a box. Um, I don't think less considers a box. I think less is trying to create a box for other people to fit in. That might be going over the head, but yeah, I think that's what less do. I think less create boxes for people to fit in. Unless you're trying to find a box that I actually fit in that you're aware of. You're not gonna find a box, brother. I am boxless. I don't do categories. I don't do even when I tell you I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. That's just for conversation purposes. That's the best way I can communicate or describe what's going on. I know you was Perp. Perp, I was so excited when you said you listen to Abraham Hicks. I was excited because I knew you kind of understand. You'll understand me more. Like you'll understand. Um, yeah, I was excited. I don't even know what I was. Unless I'm starting to make sense to you. But yeah, always, always, always. I know I keep getting off topic, but that's what happens when you have people who tickle your brain. Um, that's why I enjoy everybody in my comment section because the level of thought is deeper than average, and it's refreshing. You know, to have conversations with like-minded and like-hearted people. Uh-oh. Well, it's the 2 hour mark. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be on a little early. And I gotta rewatch this video because there was something that I wanted to do and I can't remember. So, but I said it, so I'm gonna re-listen to it. But it was a Pacific topic. Um, but I want to get into three. I want to get into the Trinity of how we look at things. 'Cause like I said, I want to go a little. I want to go a little deeper with y'all. I was gonna go through the whole Kundalini system and the chakra system, um, but I think it'll be more valuable if I hit on a Trinity. I want to just just show y'all a different way to look at things. I'll give you a different understanding, you know. But yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking with me this late. I apologize for earlier. Like I said, I put these little monsters to sleep and end up dozing off with them. I had my daughter and my son, so holding both of them, and the energy is amazing. Watching both of them sleep, and it just put me to sleep. They like my what's that? They like my Ambien. So, but I appreciate y'all. Um, what time is the that stuff? Yeah, yeah, Kundalini. I'm gonna get into it, Bert. I'm gonna get into it. It's just I need to like I want to show visuals, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get these slides because I'm on a Chromebook. So if I had like a US, I'm gonna bring out my laptop, but I think I gotta clean my laptop out or something. That's where I only like using my laptop for business. That's why I use all my insurance stuff on. So I don't like using it or opening it up to anything but my insurance stuff. But I don't have a USD drive on this Chromebook, so I can't put the flash drive on it. And I got the pictures and the slides on here. I just can't get them into a file where I can share them. So I got to figure out how to do that. But when I do, I want to get into like the whole Kundalini system and the way to open the chakras and all that. I just need it. It'd be, I guess, better if I show visuals. Um, it'd be more interesting. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do that soon. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Do me a favor, hit that like for me, and if you're new, hit that subscribe. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Help me spread the word. And you know what I always say: care about how you feel. But I'm out.